Hey everyone, my name is Thomas. Welcome to Portuguese Roots. We're here to tell you about the long line of heritage between Portugal and England, for not only a few years or decades, but centuries. Now, for the deep connection of the two countries, we can say that it all started in 1147, with the conquest of Lisbon. At this time, we had English crusaders in Dartmouth, who were convinced by the Bishop of Porto, to aid the young King of Portugal Alfonso Henriques. The only real account of the siege with the English was a letter from the Moors by the English priest Osborne. In 1386, the Treaty of Windsor, a diplomatic alliance, was signed between Portugal and England, and sealed by marriage between King John I of Portugal, House of Aviz, to Philippa of Lancaster, daughter of John of Gaunt, 1st Duke of Lancaster. With the victory at the Battle of Aljubarrota, assisted by English archers, John I was recognized as the undisputed King of Portugal. The Treaty of Windsor established a pact of mutual support between the two countries until today, making it the oldest alliance between any nations in the world. After this, however, both Portugal and England were neutral for many years until the year 1642. We had the Anglo-Portuguese Peace and Commercial Treaty, and because of that, the English were free to successfully trade on the coast of Africa and Saint Thomé. Fast forward a few years and in 1654, a new treaty was established between the two countries, which greatly benefits England with its status known for its trading. Its legal agreements became more popular. The country becomes largely financed and religious tolerance is established. But the connection wasn't only strictly business. But we also had a fair amount of marriages unifying too, like in 1662, where in Portsmouth, King Charles II married Catherine of Braganza. Catherine being the daughter of the first King of Braganza, John IV. Catherine's dowry, Tangier and Bombay, is expanded. Tangier right away, but Bombay only in 1665. Now, Portugal has had some influence and input over England, with Sebastian José Carvalho e Melo as the Portuguese minister in London until from 1739 to 1743. Later on, he became a member of the Royal Society. These are only some of the key points and examples of the two's collaboration. But where it really shows is the colonization of a large chunk of the world. In the late 15th century, Portugal was leading in exploration, but it really kicked off on the 21st of April 1500 with the colonizing of Brazil. Shortly after, most of South America was under Portugal's control. Parts of North America and Canada now will be coming under the rule with Portugal's help of Spain and England. But both Portugal and Spain decided to give these to England as they kept parts of South America for themselves. To be honest, most of the English Empire's success was due to Portugal and its initiative with exploration. Not to mention both of the countries' naval power. Both have been known to have had some of the biggest navies in history. Portugal was marked as a naval superpower and gave its own country control and great power overseas. But this is all in the past and we haven't covered much of the present, but there is actually a lot of examples of cultural union nowadays. Like for example in Stockwell, London, there is a place called Little Portugal and this is a large Portuguese community, arguably the biggest. But just looking at Thetford shows you a good idea of the relationships between the English and the Portuguese. We went out to the public and asked a couple of Portuguese workers in our community a few questions.
Hi Monica, how long have you been living in the area and what do you do here?
I've been living in about 15 years and I'm store manager in the shop.
Alright. Tell us something about where you were living before, where your family is from or where your ancestors are from.
I'm coming from Portugal. I used to live in the Porto area.
Okay.
And I used to work in my godfather company.
Has your own life changed since you've been living here?
Yeah, because it's a better life and then obviously I've got opportunities here that I didn't have back Portugal.
Speaking of which, has it improved your family?
Yeah, it improves helping the family financially and also in other bits as well.
Have there been any troubles or challenges living in England?
Not with me, no.
How do you like to contribute to the local community?
I try to help the community on when I can and what I can, helping the children or even talk to the people is what usually I do.
That's great. Finally, what is your favourite thing about living here?
That's a trick question. I think it's to be able to give a good life to my family, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, could you tell us your name, please?
Anna De Silva.
What do you do here?
Currently I work in the cinema.
Can you tell us about where you lived before and where your family's from?
I used to live in Brighton for 5 years and my family's from Portugal in Lisbon.
How do you think your life's changed since you've been living here?
That's changed to better because obviously you have better conditions, with help in college, money-wise, NHS, obviously you get discount on many things, whereas in Portugal you have to pay for everything.
Okay. Do you think it's improved your family's well-being?
Of course, they get help, whereas if they probably were in Portugal they wouldn't get that help, they wouldn't be able to be where they are at this moment.
Speaking of which, do you think you've gone through any challenges while living here?
Oh yeah, language-wise, food-wise, weather-wise.
Yeah. Finally, what do you think is the best thing about living in England?
College, education, well-being in doctor's appointments, being there to help you. Just, yeah, they help you what they can. And,
That's right. Thank you.
thank you.
With a population of over 7,000, the Portuguese community in Thetford is nowadays an integral part of modern-day culture in this area, with many generations of families and multicultural marriages. This community is a great example of the excellent relationship both countries have forged many centuries ago. We hope you have enjoyed this brief video of the amazing relationship between England and Portugal, and thank you for watching.